So, you've got a passion for food and you're thinking of turning it into a business right here in South Africa? That's awesome. You are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're going to sketch out the complete roadmap for every license you'll need to make it happen. Okay, let's just dive right in, shall we? You know, it always starts with that spark, doesn't it? That dream of your very own cafe, a buzzing food truck, or maybe a fancy catering service. That passion, well, that's your number one ingredient. But turning it into a real, successful business takes a little more than a great recipe. It takes a solid plan. And that's where we come in. Now, you know what you might be thinking. Paperwork, red tape, but let's try to reframe this whole process. Don't think of these licenses as hurdles to jump over. Instead, see them as the strong foundation you're building for your dream. It's what makes a business not just launch, but last. So, let's start building that foundation. We're going to kick things off with the two absolute non-negotiables, the licenses that every single food business in South Africa needs to operate legally and safely. First up, the business license. Look, you can think of this as your official permission slip from the local government. It's the piece of paper that says, yep, you're a legitimate business and you have our permission to trade here. Simple as that. And you might be wondering, does this apply to me? Well, have a look. Whether you're opening a restaurant, running a food truck, or even just selling your amazing baked goods from home, the answer is pretty much always yes. The Businesses Act of 1991 is very clear. If you're selling food, you need this. Okay, the second essential piece of your foundation is the Certificate of Acceptability. And this one is all about trust. It's the official stamp of approval that tells your customers your kitchen is clean, your practices are safe, and your food is good to go. And let's be super clear here. This isn't just a suggestion. It's not a nice to have. It's required by the Health Act. Without this certificate, you legally cannot serve a single plate of food to the public. It's a fundamental sign of respect and care for your customers. All right, so your foundation is solid. You've got your business and health licenses sorted. Now for the fun stuff. Let's talk about adding some extra flavor to your place and really getting the vibe right. So, are you picturing your customers enjoying a cold beer or a glass of wine with your amazing food? Well, if that's part of the plan, you're going to need a liquor license. And just a heads up, this is a totally separate process and it can be a bit more complex. And here is a super important point. There is no such thing as a single national liquor license in South Africa. It's all handled at the provincial level. That means the rules and paperwork in Gauteng are going to be completely different from what you'll find in the Western Cape. You absolutely have to do your local homework on this one. And what about the music? You want to set the mood, right? Well, to do it by the book, you actually need not one, but two licenses. You get one from Samro, which pays the songwriters, and you need another one from Sampra, which pays the recording artists and record labels. And yes, to be fully covered, you really do need both. Okay, that's a lot of what and why. So now let's get down to brass tacks. Let's map out the how, the actual practical steps you need to take to get these documents in your hands. Here it is, your 4-step plan, a simple roadmap. Step 1, you're heading to your local municipality. And while you're there for your business license, step 2, you should apply for your health certificate at the same time. It just makes sense. Then for liquor, you'll go to the provincial guys. And for music, you go straight to Samro and Sampra. And this little table right here, this is your cheat sheet. It breaks it down so simply, so you know exactly who to talk to for what. Local for your business and health stuff, provincial for liquor, and direct for the music. Seriously, keep this handy. It'll save you a ton of headaches. Okay, getting all those licenses is a huge win, for sure. But the work doesn't stop there. Let's wrap up by talking about how staying on top of all this is absolutely key to protecting the dream you've worked so hard to build. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but you have to know this. Don't even think about cutting corners here. It's a huge gamble. The penalties are no joke. We're talking hefty fines, legal trouble, or even being forced to shut your doors for good. It's just not worth the risk. But let's flip that coin. On the other side, being fully licensed. Man, that's a powerful statement. It tells everyone, your customers, the health inspector, even your suppliers, that you are a serious, professional, and responsible business owner. That's how you build trust that you just can't buy. So the big takeaway here is this. Compliance isn't a one-and-done thing. It's an ongoing commitment. You've got to keep track of those renewal dates, and you should always be ready for a health and safety inspection. Just think of it as part of the normal rhythm of running a great business. And there you have it. You've got the map, the road is clear, and the steps are all laid out for you. So really, there's just one question left to ask. What's the very first step you're going to take on your roadmap?